Currently, forget about this slide. I've got the wrong time. It is currently 11 a.m. Eastern time. That would be New York time. And if you wouldn't mind, I love to know where everybody is calling in from. If you wouldn't mind, type in your first name and where you are calling in from in the chat box. So hopefully everybody, if you don't know how to use the chat box, you're gonna notice if you are on a screen in the top left, if you're on a computer or a laptop, in the top right-hand corner, you see a box with an orange arrow. If you click on that, it expands out and you'll see a chat or question box. That's where you type in. If you are in some type of a web based system, you should notice an icon that looks like a circle, like cartoons. You click on that and a chat box will open up. And if you're on some type of a mobile device, such as a smartphone or a tablet, something of that nature, somewhere on your screen, you're gonna notice a question mark. You click on that question mark, and again, a chat box is gonna open up, and that's where you would see a chat box. You type in. If the chat box takes over the entire screen, you just tap on it again and it'll go down. But I'd like everybody, if you wouldn't mind, if everybody could. So I've got Rick in Los Angeles, thank you so much. Darnell in Memphis, Tennessee, been there quite a few times. I've got Nick from South Carolina, welcome. Kim from Maine, I believe that is, or no, Massachusetts, excuse me. I got Peter from South Africa, welcome Peter. Max in Glasgow, absolutely loved. My nickname is Traveling Steve. So we're going to go ahead and get started. But for everybody else, I want to make sure you know where that chat box is. This is how we're going to communicate with each other. So again, here's what I had up top. You've got a little orange bucket, a little orange tab. You click on that right there to expand it. If you're on a web-based system, you've got a icon, a dialog box. You click on that to go ahead and do that one. If you're on a mobile device, you'll see a question mark somewhere on the screen. You just click on that, and that's how we're going to communicate. We've got hundreds of people on this, and for improved sound quality, we've muted the phone lines, but we do want you to be able to communicate with us. Now, if the chat box, like in the bottom left, if it takes over the whole screen, you just tap on the box or tap to the left, and it'll minimize, and you can see your screen again. So we're going to go ahead and get started. It is 11:01 a.m. Eastern time. That would be New York time. Now, hopefully everybody understands anytime you're investing in the markets or trading, risk is involved. You don't want to invest money that you can't afford to lose. What that means is you always want to follow proper equity management. Some people call it risk management, because losses are a normal part of the process. Now, we are not CTAs. I'm not a commodity trading advisor, so I can't trade for you, but we guide people, teach you, assist you, coach you, mentor you. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it's going to be you deciding whether to enter the trade or not and how large a position you take in that. Could everybody give me a yes or a Y if this makes sense? Dallas, Ray, I see you from Dallas. Just give me a Y or yes if you understand just the basics of risk. So Ray can't go back to the screen. Ray, if you click to the left, either double click on the screen where you have the chat box or click to the left, it will minimize. Each device is a little bit different, but Ray, if you just double click on the chat box or click to the side, it should go back to the screen. So hopefully that'll work. So Kim and TJ, good. Now, what today is about, I could go through the whole agenda, but bottom line, today's presentation is designed for one reason, and that is to see if currency trading is for you, okay? Now, some people do it part-time, some do it full-time, some people trade part-time, but they make a full-time living off of it, and maybe it's new for you, or maybe you've been looking at this for years. That's okay. It's not for everyone. So for that reason, I want to commend you on being here today, Investors Inspiration, and being here. I won't take your time for granted. I appreciate your time. Now, this is a live presentation, as I shared. I want you to grab a pen and paper. I want you to take notes because I'm going to give you some important information. My name is Steve Koenig. I'm a senior Forex analyst. I've been actually actively investing for well over 30 years. I'm a former stockbroker. Bottom line, in 2008, I took large losses in the U.S. stock market due to a flawed buy and hold strategy of stocks, of equities, okay? And at that point, I became acquainted with something called technical analysis. And from that day forward, I got acquainted. I went to a school. I got an education. I got a mentor. I did daily, a little bit every day, and I started to make money on it. And now I am semi-retired. This is all I do. I live or I work from home. I probably spend about 30 minutes a day trading, and the rest of the time I'm living life, okay? So I want you to understand I've got the background, I've got this, but what today is about is let me do a little survey so I know where to start. Let me ask you about your experience level in the Forex market on a scale of 1 to 10, where 1 is a beginner and 10 is being you are making a six-figure income, over $100,000 a year in the Forex market, could you please type in the chat box your experience level? So again, 1 would be, hey, it's kind of new, checking it out, maybe never placed a trade, maybe never ever heard it before. A 10 would be you are an experienced Forex trader consistently making $10,000 a month or more. So I've got, Nick, I've got as a 0. I thank you for that. I see Rosemary at a 1. I've got George at a 1, Gilberto as a 1. So I see a lot of, I see some zeros, Kim as a 0, Clyde as a 3, Trader NA as a 2. Okay, so I would say I've got actually right now I'm looking at 90% plus being on the newer side. That's okay. I want you to understand that this is a zero-sum game, and what that means is losers pay the winners. Okay, losers pay the winners. If you find yourself losing more often than you would like, what you're doing is you are paying people who have more experience in training than you do. So the only thing that separates you, the only thing that separates you or the losers from the winners is the winners have what we call as a proper education and proper experience or mentorship or guides, okay? Now, it's important that everybody communicates with me in the chat box. That's how I know if you're getting something. Like Darnell said, hey, I haven't even started trading. Wonderful. This is great. I need everybody to communicate with me. That's how I'm going to know if you're understanding the concept, if you're not. So I will ask short answers, yes, no, scale of 1 to 10, give me a number. I really appreciate it. It's going to help you get the most out of today's presentation. Now, I'd like to introduce you to Jared Martinez. Okay, he is the founder. He is the creator of Market Traders Institute. Now, he's been trading for well over 30 years. Now, he started off just like many of us as an individual trader, and he struggled for many years. And then he figured it out. He got to his tipping point, and then he started to have success. And then people around him saw that he was successful, and they said, hey, Jared, could you teach us? So he started to teach a couple people. And they told a few more, and then it was 10 people. And they told a few people, and then it was 30 people. And he actually came up with the nickname as the FX, which stands for foreign currency, the Forex chief. So he's known as the FX chief. But he was starting to teach so many people, he couldn't do it all by himself. So he created MTI, Market Traders Institute. I'll come back to that. But Jared Martinez today, he is now a best-selling author. He is an international speaker. He's traveled all around the world. He's spoken. He's a Forex, foreign exchange expert. He's been seen on numerous news programs. And MTI offers the only Forex course that is recommended for college credit in major universities. I think that right there says a lot about the credibility of the company. Now, I talked about MTI. MTI, 23 years ago, Jared Martinez opened the doors, created MTI, and it stands for Market Traders Institute. Our international headquarters is in Orlando, Florida. We've been there now for 23 years, and if I've got any business owners, hopefully you understand that any business that's been around for 23 years has stood the test of time. Highly respected, doing very well. It is rock solid, okay? We have 200 plus employees. We were rated one of the best companies to work for in the state of Florida, where we're based. Last year, we were the 592nd fastest growing company, according to Inc. This year, we're breaking the top 500, okay? Also, our students are more profitable, 103% more profitable than students do not trade at MTI. Now, I want you to write down 3 things. I kind of have a 3-legged stool. I call this the holy trinity, okay? Education. We offer world-class education. We have the best instructors, the best analysts, I think the world over, especially pertaining to the Forex market. Okay, it is absolutely good. Diane, you should not be seeing a blue screen. You should be seeing slides. And Diane, if all you see is a blue screen and you can't figure it out, I would suggest logging out and logging back in. I apologize if that's all you're seeing. So let me go back to the slide. Education, okay? So what education is, so MTI has, I believe, the best education out there. We provide weekly training on a regular basis. Now, a second item that we offer, though, is software and automation. It's like a carpenter. We can teach you to be the best carpenter in the world, but if you don't have the right tools, you just won't succeed, okay? We have incredible automation and technology and software. I'm gonna demonstrate this in just a little bit, but I think the third item is what really makes MTI stand out, and that is mentorship, okay? Could everyone do me a favor in the chat box? Could everyone just type in the word mentorship. I want you to do this. This is serious. I want everybody, if you can hear my voice, I want you in this chat box, this question box that you've been commenting on, I want you to write down the word mentorship, because it is so important for people to understand this. Okay, so thank you for Letitia and Marcos and Emma and Carl and T, for everyone that's doing it. Mentorship is, I think, what really makes MTI stand out. We will work with you literally every single day until you're successful. It's the closest thing to holding your hand that I can imagine. Trader NA, thank you for that. Our company motto is we never leave a client behind. Now, speaking of mentorship, Peter and Rick, you guys got it fantastic. Speaking of mentorship, okay, we've got some of the best traders out there. Josh Martinez is one of them. He's on the left. Gary Fickart, he's another one. He's pictured here on the right. We've got this down. Now, I want you to write this down tonight. Today is Tuesday. Tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern, we've got something called the Euro Wave Prediction. It is a special. We are going live tonight with a special live session. Now, we have closed out positions in the last 2 days of this week where our students have made thousands, okay? We normally only allow experienced people, experienced students into these sessions, but we are going to allow 14 people from this presentation, 14 people from the Investors Inspiration are going to be allowed to attend. Now, we have to keep this small and we have to keep it limited because it's very interactive, but if you're interested, if you are interested in being one of these 14 people to participate in this special Year Weed Prediction, a special session tonight, what I would like you to do is I would like you to type in your number in the chat box now, and we're going to follow up with you right after the presentation and see if you qualify. Okay, now Josh, in one of his accounts, he's up 10,000 pips in the last 6 months. That's over $100,000. Gary, the gentleman on the right, he's up over 25,000 pips since the first of the year. That's in the last 8.5 months, winning 84% of his trades. That's $250,000 in a standard lot. That's the quality of the people here. So if you would like to attend this special session tonight, okay, what I would like you to do, I'd like you to please type in your number now in the chat box to see if you qualify. What we're going to do, okay, we're going to follow up with you. Now, if you wouldn't mind, if you just type in your phone number, that's fine. If you wouldn't mind, type in your phone number followed by EW. EW, that just stands for Euro Wave. Trader NA, hey Trader NA, could you at least give me your first name on there? I've got Trader NA. We want, when we follow up with you, we'd like to know at least what to call you on that one. Martin, I see your phone number as well on that. Franklin and Patricia, I've got your phone number. Allison, Deanna, Eric, I've got your phone number. Yep, Rick, Josh is the son. Josh is the son of Jared Martinez. Rick, thank you so much. I've got your phone number on that one. Now, you can keep this coming because here's what we're doing. We are predicting in the next 5 trading days, we are predicting in the next five trading days to find trades to generate 1,000 pips. Now, a standard lot is $10. That would be like $10,000, okay? In the next 2 weeks, we're expecting something like 2,000 pips. So if you want to see if you can get into the special session, again, we only have 14 seats, but we are making 14 seats available for people here on the Investor Inspiration presentation. Hey, Sheldon, I see your name. If you are interested, I need you to at least throw in your number as well. Peter, thank you so much. Peter did it right. He threw in his name and his phone number. That is awesome, okay? Because the people that are following what Josh is doing, what Chief, the FX Chief is doing, and everything else, these are the kind of results. Now, you don't know what a pip is yet. A standard lot, you make $10 a pip. So you can kind of multiply. So we got Hayward here saying for the week, he closed out 4,800 pips. Tom, 2,000 pips for the last week. This gentleman, Dan Riggs, is saying he is making 5,500 pips every single week. This is the quality of the people, and this is the results. These are students that have posted their results on our Facebook page. So I just want to let you know at the end of the day, performance matters. So thank you, Peter, Sheldon, Trader, NA, Rick, I've got you on there. Good. Now, here's what I want to do. When this presentation is done, I'm going to give everyone here the opportunity to become a student here, 60 days risk-free, okay? Now, just ask yourself, as you go throughout this presentation, just ask yourself if you can see yourself learning this information, okay? Okay, let me do this, guys. I'm going to reshare my screen I'm gonna just I'm gonna show my screen again. I'm gonna do it two different ways. So it's gonna go out, and I'm gonna go back in. I just have some people with just some screen issues. Let me just do this again. There we go. Can everybody see my screen? Do you have a good clear screen there? Good. Okay, I've done that one. Want to make sure. Okay. So anyway, just ask yourself, as you keep on going through the presentation, ask yourself if you could see yourself learning this. Can you set aside 30 minutes each day to learn this? Because I want you to understand, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is a skill set, okay? It's kind of like riding a bike. Once you learn how to do it, you can do it over and over again for the rest of your life. Now, my daughter is 9. Gymnastics, she's great at. Swimming, she's great at. Riding a bike took her a little bit longer. But once she got it down, she is able to do it. So I want you to understand, we're going to teach you this. Some people get it in a day, a week, a month. It doesn't matter. But once you get it, you can do this for the rest of your life. Now, ask yourself, can you see yourself doing this? Can you dedicate 30 minutes a day? Would you be happy with this level of income? Because if the answer is yes, you are on your way to financial independence. And to me, financial independence means being able to do what you want, when you want, where you want, with who you want, okay? Is everybody with me on that so far? Hopefully that's making sense on that. My promise to you is as follows, is by the end of this presentation, you're gonna understand the full potential of the Forex market, and you're gonna see that it's something you could do part-time. If you decide to move forward, you're gonna do it. We believe, this is a bold statement, but we believe that if you can't learn this from MTI, you won't be able to learn it from anyone else in the world. I know that's a bold statement, but I've been around the block. I've checked out different places. So if you're looking to move forward, MTI is a place to do it. I'm going to show you how you can get started risk-free for 90 days. So everybody, let's get started. Now, what I'd like to do too is, could you veterans, I already found out most of the people seem to be a little bit newer, but if you have a little bit of experience, give me about 5 minutes. I just want to bring some of the newer people up to speed. So what is the Forex market? Well, Forex stands for foreign exchange, and it's just the first letters of the two words, foreign exchange. And all it is, it's exchanging one currency for another currency. So if you've ever traveled from the United States to Europe, say you exchange US dollars for euros, you have done a Forex transaction. And if you came back home and you exchanged those leftover euros for US dollars, you have again done a Forex exchange, a transaction. So Forex trades the fluctuations of the exchange rate between two currencies. So it's always two pairs, like the US dollar, euro, euro, Japanese yen, Swiss franc, New Zealand. It's always that. It's just the fluctuations. It's the exchange rate, okay? Now we trade the 8 major currencies for stability and such: the US dollar, Canadian dollar, euro, British pound, Japanese yen, Swiss franc, Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar. Hopefully you've all heard of these. These are the major currencies. There's more currencies out there, but these are the ones we trade. They're politically and financially stable, and that's what we're looking for. Now, there's 4 major reasons that people like to trade the Forex market. One is liquidity, which means you can always get in and you can always get out, okay? You can always get in and you can always get out. There's always buyers and there's always sellers. The next reason is size. The Forex market is the largest market in the world. It trades $5 trillion a day. It trades more in a day than all of the markets combined, okay? And it does more volume in a day than the entire New York Stock Exchange in a whole year, okay? It is absolutely tremendous what it can do. Now focus. Now, I've traded stocks, and I can tell you there's 5,000 plus stocks out there, and for me, it was overwhelming knowing which ones to do and which reports to look at. Options, I've traded options, but I almost felt like you practically needed a PhD in mathematics, okay? With currencies, with the foreign exchange, there's only 60 currency pairs out there, okay? And we only focus on 21. So if you could just type in the number 21, just type that in the chat box. I want to make sure you understand. We only trade 21 currency pairs, and on any given week, we only look at 5 to 6 of them. Okay, so in any given week, we're looking at 5 or 6. Martin, thank you so much. So it's very easy. It's a very focused approach. And I think flexibility is very important. It is open 24 hours a day. It is open Sunday afternoon from 5 p.m. to Friday afternoon, 5 p.m., 24 hours a day. So it works with any schedule. In the United States, there is no day trading restrictions in the Forex market. You don't have to worry about it. You can be in a trade for minutes, hours, days, weeks. You can be in it for seconds if you want. Okay, and you can open up any size account. Now in the United States, a lot of people, if they start out, you could actually start with a $500 account. Some places allow you to start with as little as $200. We've had people open up accounts with zero. It's called a demo account. You're still trading the live market, but you are practicing in a demo account until you are consistently profitable, which means it's very easy to ramp up, okay? And the Forex market can provide you daily income, if that's what you're looking for. It can provide you weekly income. It can also provide you monthly or long-term retirement income. In the United States, it is tax advantage. Type in ME if you like the thought of making money but paying lower taxes. Type in ME if you like the thought of lower taxes. That's another advantage of the Forex market, okay? And in the US, you can actually trade it in retirement accounts and IRAs, okay? Bottom line, the Forex market offers huge potential, okay? So that's kind of a quick background on this. What I want to do is I'm going to shift gears right now, okay? I'm going to go to the, I'm going to go to my charts. Do me a favor. If you can see my charts, put in a C or charts. Just type in a C or charts in the chat box if you can see my my chart box. Okay, I just want to make sure that you can see charts. Okay, so good, Nick. I see charts. Good. I want you to do this. Okay, so let me go ahead and do this. Let me just open up one of these. This is just some of the different charts. So this right here, for example. I'm gonna, for those of you that don't know how this works, let me explain it. Right here, this is the Great British Pound, New Zealand dollar, and this is a 1 hour chart, which means each bar represents an hour. Now let me explain this first. If you look here to the right, if you look at this line, it says 1.82. That just means that 1.82, it would take 1.82 New Zealand dollars to buy 1 British pound. That's all that number means, okay? And the 1 hour, each one of these, we call them bars, represents an hour. Now, if you want to change it up here, there's a box. If you want to change it to a lower time frame, you, for example, could change it to a 1 minute. You could change it to a 5 minute, okay? If I wanted to, I could change it right here, okay? If you wanted to, you could change it to a daily. Okay, these charts are very versatile and they do a lot of information. I already showed you, if you wanted to, you can look at a bunch of charts all at once. Okay, so this is a little bit about how these charts work. Let me just clean that up right there. Okay, now let me just pick on these candles and let me kind of share with you what a candle is and how this works. If everybody is looking at, say, I'm going to go in a little bit closer, just so you can see it a little bit easier. Okay. If everybody, for example, looks at this candle right here, okay, I'm just clicking on it, and right there's a box, and it's going to show you what the low price is for that hour, the high price, what it opened at, and the close. Another way of looking at it, if you want to, this bar, if you look in the bottom left, that's where it opened. This wick low, that was the low price of that hour. This wick high, that's the high, and to the top right, that's where it closed. Okay, so that is another way of looking at it. And what we do is, there are people then said these candlesticks are the sign language of the market. The sign language of the market. Now, what our job is, let me type this out here. Our job is to, I'll write this out. Our job is to capture pips, okay? And if I don't define what a pip is, I always get people asking. It stands for price interest point. You know, in stocks, you know, they move up 2 cents, 5 cents, 3 cents, 4 cents. Well, in the Forex market, we just call it moves up a number of pips. And I'll explain a little bit more what a pip is, but our job is to capture pips, okay? Now, I can go through all kinds of the strategies, but let me just give you a quick example, just so you understand. Right here, if you don't know this, this is what we would call is a down trend line, okay? The market was definitely trending down, and then it broke it, okay? So if you look at right here, I'll just delete these, and I'll kind of say, if you look at right here, if you look at this candlestick right here, you can see that it actually closed above that downtrend line. So that would be a good entry signal for us, okay? That would be an entry signal. So let's just say we got in the market right here, okay? We got in the market right there, okay? Well, where would we get out? Well, again, we're gonna teach all this, but I just wanna give you a kind of a quick example. And if you look at some of the past, okay, you could go and say, you wanna know something? I'm looking at, I'll give you an example. Over here, this whole area is what we would call as past past resistance, and let's just say we got out right here in the right, okay? I'm just gonna focus in on this area right here. Let me show you. We got in down here, we got out up here. Is everybody with me? Give me a yes if this makes sense what I'm saying. Okay, I'm gonna show you how we came up with this. But just to give you a for instance of how we did this. So we got in down here, okay? We got out right up here, okay? And if you look in the top right, excuse me, top left, there's a little box up here, okay? And it says range in pips is 199, and bars, it says 8. Well, each bar on this one represents 1 hour. So we just generated 199 pips in 8 hours. Let me type this here, okay? So we just did 199 pips in 8 hours, okay? Well, it sure sounds good, Steve, but what the heck does that mean? Well, let me kind of explain this, and I'm gonna put this information down here too. We are talking about this, and I'm gonna write up here, just so you guys can kind of see it at the same time, okay? Well, if you remember, we talked about in stocks, they have something that's called shares, number of shares. In the Forex market, they have something that's called lots. And you can actually start with something that's called a Microlot. And it only takes $20 of investment to control 1 Microlot, okay? So you can kind of see it's pretty easy to get into starting off. Now, one pip on a Microlot is going to equal 10 cents. So in our example, remember, we made 199 pips, so we just made $19.90 of profit in 8 hours, okay? Now, imagine this. You are starting off on a trade, okay? You're just starting off. You're starting off small. You invested $20, you get the $20 back, and you made $19.90 profit. Hey, Steve, I've got this. What's next? Well, then you move up, and quite frankly, a lot of people actually start at this level. A lot of people start at a mini lot, and a $200 investment can control 1 mini lot, and on a mini lot, each pip now equals $1. So this exact same trade, you now generated $199 of profit, again, in 8 hours. Now, let me walk you through this so you understand this, okay? This is an example of what it was. So you have this account, okay, with your brokerage firm, okay? Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you, this charting software, this is called the Ultimate. I have somebody asking, I've got Phyllis asking me, this software is called the Ultimate Charting Software, and it is exclusive to MTI and our students. We just found it is created by Forex traders, for Forex traders, and it has a lot of, I didn't even show you all the tools, but it is a very, very strong platform. But we are not a brokerage firm. See, you maintain the relationship you have it with whatever brokerage firm, but your brokerage firm is able to link in with this platform so you can actually trade off of this software directly with your brokerage firm. So talking about a mini lot, you have your existing relationship with your firm. You get in down here. Okay, let me just put in a little here. So we're gonna say you got in down there. What's gonna happen is your investment firm, your brokerage firm, they're gonna hold on to $200. That's like collateral. It's not a cost, they're just gonna hold on to it. You get into the trade, and then if you see, you got out right there, okay? So when you get out and close up the trade, what's gonna happen is they're gonna give you your $200 investment back. Then on top of that, you're gonna get $199 profit. Now, do you guys understand what I'm talking about? The $200 investment, you didn't lose that. You got that back. That was just collateral. You get your collateral back, but you just made $199 profit. And maybe you can see why everyone is attracted for this, but guess what? It doesn't stop with there. Then everybody's goal is to get to what's called a standard lot. And in a standard lot, a $2,000 investment controls 1 standard lot. This is what gets exciting. Each pip of movement is now worth $10. So this exact same trade that we've been doing is now generating $1,990 of profit in that same 8 hours. Now, yes or no, on all 3 situations, a micro lot, a mini lot, or standard lot, did you do the same work? Yes or no? It's important. I want to make sure you get this. Did you do the same work? Yes or no? Sure it is. Think if you're buying stock, if you buy 1 share or 100 shares, it's still, you just push a button, but it's the same background. So this is why people are so attracted to the Forex market, because it's the same work for a micro lot or a mini lot or a stand lot. You just get better at it and you make more money at it. Now, Rick is asking what brokerage firm do you use? Hey, Rick, I cannot give you specific recommendations. We are actually an education company, but you know, one-on-one, we can definitely give you some ideas and such with that one. But this platform works with many different brokerage firms. So if you want some assistance, hey, Rick, do me a favor. I think you probably did already, but if you want to type in your number, I can have one of our people get back with you and let you know more specifics on this. But is everybody seeing what I'm talking about here? Is everybody getting the idea? Yes or no? Can you see why people are attracted, absolutely attracted to the Forex market? You can start off small. You can start off small, and then you can move up, and you can move up to mini lot, and then from there you can move up to standard lot. And I'm going to tell you, we have some students, they're trading 10 standard lots per trade. Okay. They're trading 10 standard lots. Now, let me just kind of give you an example on this one. Okay, I already talked about this one. Microlot, mini lot, stand lot. You can get started with such an easy process and you can ramp up. It is so powerful of this system. But let me do this. As I shift gears, I want you to write down on your paper how much money you need to make on average every month from the Forex market in order to accomplish your financial goals. I want you to write it down. Now, you could write it down on your paper. If you want to share it in the chat box, that would be awesome. I'm not going to embarrass anybody. Everyone has different numbers, but what I want you to do is I want you to write down how much money you need to make on average every month from the Forex market in order to accomplish your financial goals. So I've got Martin saying 2,000 US dollars. Estelle is at 4,200. I've got Dixie saying $5,257. I know Dixie's got a budget, a monthly budget figured out. Okay, most of you, I've got Rick at 5,000, Sheldon at 2,000, Trader at 1,000. You know, I would say most of the numbers I'm seeing is in the $2,000 to $8,000 a month range. And let me tell you, that is so very doable, because this is a skill set. It's like riding a bike. Once you know how to do it, you just repeat it day after day, week after week, month after month, and you're able to ramp up and do it, you know, to higher quantities. Now, if we can show you, if I could show you a couple of basic strategies where you can consistently make anywhere from 2,000 to 8,000 pips per month, dollars, excuse me, where you can consistently make anywhere from 2,000 to $8,000 per month, month after month, in your free time and not quitting your job, would you be willing to set aside 30 to 45 minutes a day to master this? Okay, let me say it again. Would you be willing to set aside, yes or no? I want you to type in yes or no. Would you be willing to set aside 30 to 45 minutes a day to master this if you could consistently make anywhere between $2,000 and $8,000 a month? Okay, not quitting your day job, not turning your life upside down. So I've got Martin, I've got yes, Ivan and Janice and Angel and Dorothy. I've got yes. Okay, good. Because here's what's going on. As I said, this is a skill. And once you learn it, you never have to relearn it. You can provide yourself an income stream for the rest of your life, and you can do this anywhere in the world. With a computer, a smartphone, a tablet, as long as you've access to the internet, you can do this anywhere in the world. Now, when our students come here, okay, and they start having success, I'm going to tell you, they actually don't talk about the income they make, but it's about the freedom that it gives them. Okay, it's about the lifestyle. Now, for myself, it helps me provide for my family, but it allows me to spend time with my 9-year-old daughter. My father was a non-participative father, and I vowed not to do that. I was helping her with homework last night. Okay, we go swimming, we play soccer, we go bike riding, and I'm there for my daughter, and we travel. That's my why, but it's what it's going to do for you. Okay, so that's what I ultimately, at the end of the day. Now, I want you to stay with me until the end of my presentation, because I'm going to give every one of you here today the chance to test drive us risk-free for the next 60 days. Okay, now I'm going to open up the markets back up, but here's what I'm going to do. Now, I've got a couple of you asking me some of the same questions. It seems to be around two topics. Okay, the first topic is a lot of you are asking about coaching and mentoring, the programs and how it works. If you are interested in learning more about our coaching and mentoring program, okay, and how you can work with trading experts like Jared Martinez, Josh Martinez, Tyson Clayton, Gary Fickert, and so many others. The easiest thing you can do, if you're interested in learning more about our coaching and mentoring program, the easiest thing you can do is put in your telephone number in the chat box right now. And what I'll do is I'll have someone follow up with you to give you more of the details about our coaching and mentoring. I've got very limited time in this presentation, so I can't go into the details of it. But if you'd like to learn more about the coaching and mentoring, just type in your phone number followed by coaching. Okay, just followed by coaching when this. Okay. Okay. Brian, I'm not quite sure. So okay. And I also have a bunch of you asking about that special trading session that's tonight at 7. Again, I've only got 14 seats available for people that are on this investor inspiration presentation. If you are interested in trading live with us tonight at 7, and you haven't already put in your telephone number, you can put in your number now, because we're going to have 14 of you. We're going to have 14 of you that qualify to do that, and we'll follow up with you after the presentation. So if you want mine, hey, you can type in your first name with your number too, okay? Now, you can put in your number at any place, but I see Martin, I've got you interested in the coaching. Thank you, Trader NA. Also interested in the coaching and mentoring. I've got Sheldon interested in the coaching. Peter also interested in the coaching. Martin also interested in that the session tonight. Good. So you guys can keep the numbers coming at any point in this presentation. Okay, if you want, you can keep them coming through if you want. That would be great. Okay. Now where to find it? Where? Okay, Brian, I can type it in now. I don't know where to find it or where it is. Brian, again, the session is tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. So let me go back to the charts, okay? Let me go back to my charts, okay? And what I want to do now is I want to show you a little bit more of the specifics of how we do this and how we generate income and more of the specific strategies. Now, if you look at the market, you're going to notice that the market moves in waves. Maybe you've seen this when you've looked at some charts, okay? You're going to notice that by and large, you know, the market goes down, it goes up, it goes down. You guys understand what I'm talking about? The market moves in waves, okay? It moves in waves. Does everybody see this? Does everybody see this, how the market moves in waves? Well, we have recognized a wave pattern of how the market moves. It makes lower lows and lower highs, and then it reverses direction. Let me do this, okay? I'm going to just very quickly go to, if I can open this up, I'm going to type in Fibonacci. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but we follow something that's called the Fibonacci golden ratio. There's a gentleman right here. His name is Leonardo Fibonacci. He is a 12th century mathematician. But what he did, he saw that these numbers repeat themselves over and over and over again, and they repeat themselves in nature. If you want to figure out how many needles are in a pine cone, how many rows and columns, if you want to know the size of an egg, if you want to know how a sunflower works, if you want to know a pineapple, same thing. If you want to look at the human body, if you want to look at your fingers, the distance between the nose and the forehead, the little finger to the joints, all of this can be explained from what's called the Fibonacci golden ratio. So what we do is Jared Martinez, our FX chief, the founder, the creator of MTI, he discovered that this golden ratio also works in the Forex market. So let me kind of share you briefly what happens. So if you look at the traditional market, we already determined the market moves in waves, okay? Market makes a higher high, and then it makes a higher low, and then it goes up, makes a higher high, it makes a lower low, makes a higher high, makes a higher low, and then it goes down. It makes a lower low, makes a lower high, goes on down, and so on. You get, give me a yes if this looks familiar with what you're seeing. Okay, let me go in a little bit closer, and I'm going to explain to you how we do this. Okay, we use something that's called a Fibonacci A, B, C, D sequence. Okay, and let me just type this out first, and then I'll explain it. Now the A is at the beginning. So if it's right here, when you look at this, this is going to be an uptrend. The market is going up. Okay, so at the beginning, at the very beginning down here, okay, we've got our A. It comes up, makes a higher high, that's our B. Retraces, that makes our C, and then it comes up and extends, makes a new high, that's our D. A, B, C, D. And we have a tool right here called the Fibonacci retracement tool. I'm going to put it on here. Okay, I'm going to put it right on here. And if you look at this, you're going to notice that there's numbers and different colors. Now, I had other people from other places try to explain it to me, and I never got it. And then I got to MTI, and it made so much sense. So let me kind of explain. I'm going to give you a quick, a 5-minute, if you would, background on our strategy. And by the end of it, it should make sense. Now, this area, when the market goes down into this C area, this is called the retracement area. I'm going to make this a color, and give me a second to set up my boxes, and then I will explain this. Okay, give me the chance to just set this up, and then I will explain it. This I'm going to make blue, and I'll explain this in a minute. And then my final one is going to be this green cell. Okay, I've got my green cell. Now, the market has a history of repeating itself over and over and over again. So what we do is we recognize patterns, and these patterns repeat themselves over and over. And here's what this works. If the market comes down and it reverses, it retraces anywhere in this red area, if you look to the left, you see how we have these red retracement? This is a retracement area, retracement line, retracement, retracement. If it stops anywhere in what we call is this red zone, it's expected to go up to this red line. So that would be somewhere over here. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? So it is expected to rise up to that red line. You guys got me? So red zone, if it comes down to the red zone, we expect it to go to the red line. But if this goes down to the blue zone, it is expected to go to this blue line right here. You guys with me? So it's expected to go there. And if, however, though, it comes down to this green zone, okay, before it retraces, then it's expected to go to this green line. Is this making sense so far? Okay, that's how it works. Okay, that's how it works. So let me type this out, and because I found when I typed it out, it really seems to make so red zone to red line above. If I can type, blue zone to blue line above, and green zone to green line above. Okay, and let me just try to reposition that just a little bit. So if the market comes down into the red zone, we expect it to go to the red line above. If the market goes down to the blue zone, we expect it to go to the blue line above. And if the market goes to the green zone, we expect it to go to the green line. So red to red, blue to blue, green to green. First time, so Rick says, first time I see someone explain the Fibonacci sequence, he's like, hey, Rick, I'm the same way. I learned this from somebody else. I never understood it until I got here. So this is it. So all we do is we would get in. Now, let me share with you what would happen. We would get in. We would teach you how to do this. There's certain signals. We would get in at that C zone. We would actually set our stop. I wanted to let you know, we would set our stop below this A down here. I'm going to make that red. And don't get caught up in the specifics. We teach you this, so I want to let you know. But we would set our stop like what's called 10 pips or 15 pips below this A, okay? And like on this trade right here, okay, we have our stop down here. We got in at our C, that's our entry, and our expectation is that it's going to go to the green, it's going to go to that red line right there. Now I'm going to make that green because I just like to make targets. So we expect it to go up there. And if you take a look at this, we've got a measuring device here where I can measure, so that's 50 and 150. So this is an example where our reward is 150 pips and our risk is 50 pips, okay? So on this particular trade, this is called a 3-to-1 reward to risk ratio. You guys with me? And we find these trades all the time, and we never look for minimum of 2-to-1, okay? We're gonna show you trade after trade after trade, but all we do is we do not ever get into a trade unless our reward to risk ratio is at least 2-to-1. But we get in here, we got in here at the C, our risk level's down here, we have a high probability, it hits it. And then have you ever heard the expression rinse, wash, and repeat? Well, guess what? Once we got here, okay, we get out. We get out, and then once that new D is established, guess what? That our CD becomes the new AB. And all we do is we put on the new Fibonacci again. And does everybody see right here? We get in the trade, okay? We get in right down here, and we get out right here, okay? Wash, rinse, and repeat. You guys with me? And I've got people asking me, well, Steve, does this work in both directions? Absolutely. If you like the thought of making money in the way up, how about making money in the way down? You guys see this? So it works on the way down as well. Okay, this is why we absolutely love the whole Fibonacci process. Okay, so you can do this. It doesn't matter, but these are the examples. Now I'm going to shrink this back down. You guys see what I'm talking about? So you can make a ton. You can make a ton of money trading just what this one. Okay, so let me go back down. Let me go back to the down to the live market. Okay, let me kind of go back down there. I kind of showed you how we're doing this and everything else. You know, I've got some people asking me right now. This is something I'm going to do. I've got Joshua Martinez. He is one of our elite traders. Okay, this is what's called myfxbook.com. It is a real account, and you might not understand everything, but in the last 6 months, yeah, I don't know if you can see this number. It is 10,910 pips. It's almost 11,000. Okay. Joshua has generated 11,000 pips in the last 6 months. And again, if you're trading a standard lot, that's $110,000. I think importantly, if you look down here, 77%, he is winning 77% of the trades. Okay, he is winning 77% of the trades. Let me ask you this question. You can see there's some losing trades, but the winners greatly offset the losers. But how many of you would be interested if you could just mimic Josh's trades? If you could get in a trade when he gets in, and if you could get out when he gets out, and you could just mimic, absolutely copy his trades, literally his exact entries. Is there anyone here that would be interested in this? So how many of you would be interested where you could open up and fund your trading account wherever you want, and then you could link it with Josh's trade copier, the system right here, so that every time that Josh takes a trade, you could take the same trade. And when Josh exits, you exit. How many of you would be interested in this? Type into me if you are. Because this is called Josh's trade copier. And let me tell you something, it is for real. And we have that technology. Now, if you'd be interested in this, if you would be interested in copying a world-class elite trader like Joshua Martinez, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to put in your telephone number followed by the letters TC. I'd like you to put in your telephone number followed by the words TC, and that stands for trade copier. So Trader and Wes and Peter, if you want to get the details on the trade copier, type in your telephone number followed by the word TC. That just stands for a trade copier or copier. We could get it. So Martin, I see your phone number. Michelle and Matthew and Latoya, I see your phone number as well there. So if you'd be interested in just copying, if you type in your phone number, we're going to follow up with it. Trader NA, could you throw in your first name again in there too? I just want to make sure that we've got that. We've got a couple of Trader NAs in there. I just want to make sure that we've got that. Let me go back to my charts. Okay, let me go back to my chart. So if you'd be interested in that, let me show you how this works. Okay, or I already showed you the trade copper. Wes, I've got you on there as well. But now I'm going to go through. If we take a look, this is the Euro US dollar. And if I drew this by hand, if I drew this Fibonacci by hand, we would teach you how to do this. Okay, we would get in here. We would get into this trade. Our entry, it went up, didn't quite go down, went down. We probably would have gotten in right about here. So on this trade, so I'm just doing this a little bit quicker. This is the Fibonacci. You would have to do this manually. You would have hit the target right there. Okay, you would have hit the target right there, and you probably would have gotten in like right there. This would have been your trade right there. And on that trade, I'm just going to measure this right here. You would have generated 294 pips, plus 294 pips and that would be, let's say it'd be $2,940 of profit, okay? Trading standard lot. And on this one, I think this was in 27 days, okay? That's just one example. Guess what? Rinse, wash, repeat. So we do the next Fibonacci. You get good at this. You know how to put this in there. And again, on this next trade, we probably got in down here. We would have gotten out about right there, okay, when it hit. So again, you can kind of see that the market hit right there. And on this trade, we would have made, let me get there. This trade, we would have made 541 pips, okay? It'd be plus 541 pips, plus 541 pips. And I think that was 26 days, okay? So you're looking at $5,410 of profit trading standalone, okay? Now, what I just showed you right here is where we are hand drawing the Fibonacci's. If there was, hey, Peter, I've got your phone number with Trade Copier, thank you. Sheldon, I see your phone number with Trade Copier as well. Rick, I've got you on that one as that. Okay, now, if there were a way though, if there were a way where you did not have to draw the Fibonacci's yourself, is there anybody here that would be interested in this? Give me a yes, give me a Y or yes, if you didn't have to do this manually. If it could be done for you all automatically, because we have a tool. This is part of the ultimate charting software here. This is called a Smart Fibonacci. So Nick, thank you. All I'm going to do is click on the tool. I'm going to go to the beginning of the trend down here, and all I go is I'm going to go 3, 2, 1, click, and it automatically puts on all of the Fibonacci's for me. You guys see this? So here's an example. It would put it on. Now you would still have to get your entry, and you would still have to put on your exits, okay? But look at all these trades, okay, everyone? Look at all of these different trades that you would have hit, okay? All these different trades where you're making money, okay? This is a really, really neat process. It is a very, very neat tool, okay? And I just wanted to show it to you, and I've done that. Now, let me ask you this, though. With the traditional, what I've already showed you, okay, it's traditional technical analysis. I showed you a little bit about support and resistance. I drew a trend line very quickly. We talked about candlesticks, breakout just a little bit. The ABCDs, I did talk about the Fibonacci. Now, it's going to take you a little bit of time. You're going to have to study. You're going to have to learn. It takes about 60 days. But we've got something called a special Power Fibonacci strategy and course, okay? And what's nice about this, it automates everything. It automates your entry. It automates your exit. So it automates the trade, so you don't have to do anything on it, okay? So you can trade with this today. If you move forward with this today, you could be trading it this very afternoon because it takes you about 5 minutes to learn. I'm going to show you this in just a moment, okay? But it identifies the trades. It identifies where to get in, where to get out, okay? It takes away all the guesswork so you don't have to think, do I do this or do I don't do it? It saves you a ton of time, and it's got about an 80% hit rate. What that means is an 80% success rate. Now, if I could show this to you in the live charts, an automated trading system, type in a me, M-E, if you'd be interested in me showing you this, how this works on the automated trading system. Type in a me, M-E, if you'd like me to show you. So Brian and Wayne and William and Donald and Roosevelt, good. Let me go back to my charts and let me show you how this works on an automated trading system, okay? I already showed you the Fibonacci, okay? I showed you this by hand, but let me go down here. I'm gonna go down to the very beginning. You can look at this whole trend line, this whole up wave. I'm gonna go down to this lowest point, okay? Now, when you look at a chart and you wanna start using the Smart Fibonacci, what we do is we look to the left and we look for either the low or the high. And does everybody see right here? I'm gonna go right above here. Does everybody see right there? That is the low. That is the low on the screen, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click on my Smart Fibonacci tool, okay? I'm gonna click on my Smart Fibonacci. I'm gonna click on my Smart Fibonacci. I'm gonna go to that low candle, and I'm right there, it's highlighted red, and I go 3, 2, 1, I'm gonna just click on it. And it automatically puts on all these Fibonacci's. Now look at all these winning trades we would have done, okay? 1 trade, 2 trades, 3 trades, 4 trades, 5 trades. I just marked these off. This is 6 trades, wow. Okay, this is 6 trades. This is 7 trades in a row, Okay, 8 trades in a row, 9 trades in a row. Okay, 9 trades 10 times. Now, let me show you an automated system. I'm going to do it first manually. I want you to understand something. I'm going to do something manually first, okay, just to show you how the strategy works, and then I'm going to show you how it is done automatically. Does that make sense for everybody? Give me a yes if you understand. What I'm showing you isn't what you have to do. If you wanted to do it manually, you could. I'm going to show you if you wanted to do this manually, what you would do, but I'm going to show you how this strategy works automatically on its own. Does everybody understand? Give me a yes if you understand what I'm talking about. I'm going to do this manually just to illustrate how this works, okay? But then I'm going to show you how the technology will do it all for you automatically. Now, we use our Smart Fibonacci tool, and it creates the Fibonacci, okay? So I shouldn't have to do this, but I want to just illustrate. We've got this right here is our AB. This is our A there, and this is our B up here, okay? So that's our AB. So we already have our AB established, okay? Now, with this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you two strategies. I'm going to show you our traditional Fibonacci, okay? And then I'm going to compare it to a much simpler strategy using technology called Power Fibonacci, okay? And I'm going to just put the results side by side when I'm done. You guys with me? So I'm going to show you traditional, and I'm going to show you using automation, using technology. So the Power Fibonacci, here's what happens. If you see these trend lines, does everybody see these retracements? That line, that red line, that red line, that red line, that red line, that blue line, this one right here. Does everybody see those? Those are called retracements. Those are the Fibonacci retracement lines, okay? That's the red zone or the blue zone or the green zone, okay? The market will automatically, the system will automatically identify them. I'm just cleaning this up, okay? So what happens is every time the market goes down and hits one of those retracement zones, it will automatically enter you into a trade. Now, if you did this manually, you'd have to set up all these trades individually. Every time it goes down to one of these retracement levels, every time it's going to enter you into a trade. So you could get into a trade multiple times, okay? Now, if it goes down into the red zone, which are these red lines, the exit would be this red line above. If, however, it comes down to this blue area down here, you would have to adjust everything for a blue exit, and if it got down to this green area, you would have to do that green. That was something you would have to do. If you did this manually, it's something you'd have to do. So let me explain this. Let me walk you through. So now I'm going forward. Hey, the market went down. It hit that first area. We got into a trade. You guys with me? We got into a trade. Great. We're continuing on. We're going forward. Hey, boom, right here. I'm going to just extend these lines, okay, in that same candlestick. Okay, this one, it might look like it. I don't think it actually hit. It was really close, but it didn't hit. So the first two, we got in right there, and we got in right there. You guys understand? So first entry, second entry, if you want, I can. So first entry right there, second entry, third entry. Let's keep on going. I'm just going out. Next candlestick. It's going on, going on, going on. But guess what? Right here. Right here. Hey, it hit that. That's our fourth entry. Same Fibonacci, but we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 entries on it. You guys with me so far? Give me a yes if this is making sense so far. Give me a yes if this is making sense so far. And then we're saying good. And then actually it happened right there. This blue zone hit, okay? Now, what would have to happen if you did this manually? These first 4 trades were set for a red line exit, but once you hit the blue, you would have to adjust those 4, this new one, for a blue line exits, okay? That's just blue zone to blue line, okay? All of it. Now, this strategy works automatically. Let me show you how this works, okay? The traditional Fibonacci, if you had traded this, the the way we had talked about it, you probably would have gotten in right here. Okay, it went up, it went down, we had a strong retracement, you would have gotten into that. And if you had traded this doing the traditional Fibonacci, remember, it hit the blue line, the blue zone, so you would have gotten out on the blue. On the traditional Fibonacci, you would have made 193 pips. I'll come back, I'll explain this. If this doesn't make sense yet, just bear with me, I'll explain this. Now, you would have made 193 pips. That's great. That's a wonderful trade. There is nothing wrong with making 193 pips. That's a phenomenal trade, and I would be very happy with this. But what if there was a way, same trade, everything else, we can make more money? Well, that's the power of Fibonacci. I showed you this. We get in every time it hits one of those retracement areas, it gets in, and then here's what happens. I'm going to just try to fit this all on my screen. Does everybody see right here? I'm going to make a box right here. Does everybody see this blue line hit right there? Give me a yes if you see this. Now, if I could get, so I can do this, can I get a couple of helpers? Would you guys type down these numbers in the chat box? Each number, I want you to put it in the chat box so I don't have to stop and write these down, okay? So if you wouldn't mind, I'm going to give you the numbers because I want to see how we did on these trades, okay? You guys with me? Good, I've got a couple of you that are going to be my helpers, good. So on this first trade, okay, on this first trade, this was our first entry right there. I want you to write down 158. Somebody write down 158 in the chat box. On this second trade, we made 202. Somebody write down 202. On this third trade, or third entry, I should say, we did 236. Write down 236. Okay, write down 236. On our fourth entry in the same trade, we made 273. 273. Somebody type that one down, 273. And on our final entry, our fifth entry, we made 327. If you wouldn't mind, type in 327. These are all pips, okay? So I'm going to go back. Thank you, Peter and Martin and Brian, and for helping me out. Let me show you. I'm going to just go to some open space on my charts so I can type in these numbers, okay? If you had taken this as a traditional Fibonacci trade, you would have probably gotten in right here, and you would have exited right there. You guys get that? That's the traditional. But what we did, we got in on all of these trades. We got in there, we got in there, we got in here. Don't worry about the lines if this sounds confusing. I'm just showing you. We got in on all of these trades. We made money in all these trades, and let me show you what that adds up to be. I'm going to take my power Fibonacci. This is the strategy. This is what we call this. We call this the power Fibonacci. And I'm going to add up. So you guys will kind of, so we had made 158 pips on the first trade, plus 202 pips on the second, plus 236 on the third, plus 273 on the fourth, and plus 327 on the fifth. I've got somebody that already added up, so 1,196 pips. Okay, net, and that would be, if you were trading a standard lot, that would be 11,100, it's $11,960 profit, okay, on a standard lot. And just so you don't think, I'm gonna add up the numbers in front of you if you guys want. I've got people that always like me to see it in front of them. So I'm just gonna, if I can get my calculator working. Okay. So I just had other people add up. Martin was kind enough. I'm not going to do it. Okay, Martin added up all those numbers. So we've got 1,196, the same exact Fibonacci, literally the same trade, but just different entries. So you type in, which would you rather make? Would you rather make 193 pips where you personally had to do all the entries and all the exits, or would you rather make 1,196 pips where the system, the machine, the technology does it all automatically? You guys see what I'm talking about? This is like a six-fold. Martin's got it. It's a 600% higher number And that is absolutely correct. Now let me show you. I showed you how to do this manually, okay? But here's the reality of it. I just wanted to show you the technology, what it's gonna do. It's gonna do it all automatically. Does everybody see this gearbox? Type in the word gear. Just type in gear if you see this gearbox. All you would do to put this on automatically, you would click on that gearbox, okay? You just click on it. And what's gonna happen is a box is gonna open up where you can set the trade, okay? Where you can set the trade. Now, I had an issue with this. I've got an account open. Okay, let me just, not doing that again. Okay. Oh, I had this happen yesterday too. Okay. I had already previously had this open. Let me do something if I can find it. Okay, let me do this. I'm gonna go back to my slides. Let me do this real quick. You know how Murphy's Law goes? Okay, let me go back to the slides. Okay, so the way the Power Fibonacci tool works, okay, is I'm going to show you again how quick and easy this is. Now, I had some people ask, what is the whole process when you want to open this up? So is that profit on one standard lot? So yeah, so Nick was asking if you were trading just a standard lot, okay? If you were trading just a standard lot on the traditional Fibonacci, that would have been 193 pips. On a standard lot, that would have been $1,913. Nothing to laugh home, nothing to be disappointed about. But if you were doing the Power Fibonacci strategy, okay, we are now talking about 6 times higher, over $11,000 trading this, okay? Now, I want to show you how easy this is, okay? I had people say, well, how difficult it is. I closed down, I closed down my charting software. I'm going to open up. I'll show you how quick and easy this works. I had somebody say, well, how long did it take you to set this up? So I actually turned off my ultimate charting software. I just completely shut it down. I am booting it up. While you are watching, while you are listening, I am booting this up from scratch to show you how quick and easy this is, okay? And I think we were doing, let's see. I think we were doing the euro. There we go. We were doing the euro US dollar. So I'm just pulling it up. I've got my charts. Now, this is what I had set up before. I'll show you how easy it is. There's this gearbox. You click on it. A box opens up. Select all lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It automatically clicks on it. We have default settings, and I'm going to go click. I'm going to hit the OK button. Do you guys understand? It took me about 10 seconds and 3 clicks. Does everybody see here to the right all these lines right here? They are going to automatically populate. Those are all the different entries that we have. So this strategy is all done automatically. So when we were looking at this, we had the traditional Fibonacci that had generated, let me just get back on there. We had the traditional that had generated 193 pips, and we had the Power Fibs where it's all done automatically. It was over, I think it was 1,193 pips if I remember correctly, okay? So you could do the traditional, there's nothing wrong with that, where you do it by hand, or you can use the Power Fibonacci strategies where it's done automatically. What's nice about it is we set this up where it will continue Fibonacci sequence after Fibonacci sequence after Fibonacci sequence, and you can see this incredible multiplier. Now, if you looked at this, if you had set this up at the very beginning, okay, if you had set this up at the beginning, I'm going to try to squeeze this all on here. You guys see that this is this is 10 in a row. This is 10 in a row. At some point, it's not going to work, but we've got 10 in a row, and I just showed you one of them where we made 1,000 pips. You guys getting this? Now, even if you're trading, if you're trading a standard lot, it's a lot of money. Even if you're trading just a mini lot, but you did it 10 times in a row, you can kind of see the consequence. You can kind of see what's going to happen on it. Now, let me go into this. Let me show you how this goes. Okay, let me go back to my charts. And at the end of the day, it's really about performance. Okay, it's really about performance. So these are real MTI students that have talked about the results. Now we've tried to block out some of that. So here's a person, they made 1,000 pips on a trade, 2,800 pips on a trade, 50, or that was daily. This person is up 51,000 pips for the year. They have a 92% win ratio. This is a student. They're actually beating us. They're doing even better than us. I want you to understand how that works. Tom right here, 2,000 pips in the Euro Japanese yen so far. We've got target trading. We've got all this. Hayward, hey, I closed out the week with 4,800 pips. Dan here, these are students that have posted on our Facebook page. Okay, I'm averaging 5,500 pips per week. Okay, Peter's asking a great question. Now, for equity management, okay, if you are normally trading, for example, if you're normally trading a standard lot, when you are doing the power Fibonacci, when you're doing, you might do 2 mini lots per trade instead. So we definitely apply the equity management, but it has a very high success ratio, about an 80% hit rate. Now, in the last 4 months, if you remember what I said before, you can trade directly from our charts, but it is your own brokerage account. So it's not our money, it's your money in your accounts. But we are able to see it. So for students that do trade directly from the charts, in the last 4 months, our students have generated in real money accounts, not demo accounts, in real live money accounts, 2.3 million pips. Okay, this equates to $23 million of profits over the last 4 months from our students. Okay, this is an incredible program that our students are doing. Now let me share with you, okay, who here would like to see the details of what it would take to get this in your hands? If you're interested in finding out a little bit more of the specifics, of the details of what it would take to be able to try this risk-free for the next 60 days, type in a me if you'd be interested in the details. So Alexandria, Scotty, Stacy, John, Martin, Roberta, Faith, I got a bunch of them. Okay, let me share with you how this works. Again, we specialize in education, software, and mentorship. It is a 3-pronged approach. So the first thing you're going to get with this is classes, okay? This is a live class teaching you the class, the course, the strategy, the technology, and they are recorded and archived. So even if you can't watch the live class, you can watch it, and you get immediate access. You get immediate access to this. So if you choose to enroll in this, you can actually look at the last class that was just done and get instant access. We are also going to throw in a $1,000 foundations course. We are going to give you the basics. Remember how I started with Fibonacci and where to get in and the ABCDs and the extensions? We're going to give you a 7-module course. It's a $1,000 course. We're throwing that in there to give you the foundations. We're going to supply you with that ultimate charting software. If you remember the charting software, that is called the ultimate charting software. It is proprietary to MTI. We're going to let you have that. We're going to let you use it. We're also going to give you that tool, that Power Fibonacci tool that I showed you. It gives you the alerts. It gives you the direction. It automatically does it. You're going to get that one. I didn't have time to do this. We are going to give you something called a checklist and a risk management calculator. Peter was asking me about risk management, equity management. We teach you how to do this. We have a checklist for this, okay? In addition, every single day we have live webinars to, again, call out trades, calling out opportunities, which currency pair is trending, which one should you be getting into. You are also going to be assigned a personal coach to help you, guide you, assist you, so you have a dedicated person to turn to anytime you have questions. We're also going to give you something called Analyst on Demand. This is incredible. This is a 24-hour-a-day trading room where you can call in, you can log in, you can ask questions. Let's just say you're looking at a trade and you're not sure what you should do. You can ask one of our analysts, hey, this is a setup, what do you see? Okay, it's a trading room. It's a 24-hour-a-day trading room. This is what you are getting. These are all components of this Power Fibonacci course that I've been talking, okay? Now, here's what it is. If we added up all those components individually and added up the price, it would be north of $10,000. That would be if we did it a la carte, okay? Now, if you want to go to our website right now and you want to order this online, okay, If you want to order this online, you can, and you would pay $39.95, $3,995. But as for today only, as a special bonus, as a special incentive for investor inspirations, you cannot get this outside of this presentation. You can't. But for everyone that likes what they're seeing, if you decide to move forward, you want to get this. This is a $10,000 program. You can actually get it today. Investor Inspirations. We offer a special pre-launch. We're coming out on Monday with the program. You can get this entire $10,000 program for just $19.97, $1,997. Now, this is the last chance, and I'm saying this ends today. You have to take action now. I'm going to be off the airwaves in a few minutes. If you like what you're seeing here, oh, and I didn't even tell you, we offer a 100% money back guarantee. If you like what you're seeing here, if you want to get details on this, if you want to at least lock in the opportunity for this lower price, what I would like you to do right now is I'd like you to enter your phone number in the chat box, okay? Because what we need is like a micro commitment. I need you to take action on micro commitment. And what that micro commitment is by typing in your number. And this is what's going to happen. Now, I can imagine some of you say, hey, Steve, sounds great. I'm ready to go. Some of you say, okay, I've got questions. How does this work? How does that work? I get that. But by typing your number, here's what's going to happen. One of our education specialists is going to follow up with you, okay? They're going to contact you. They're going to answer your questions. They're going to go into more details about what's all included in the all components of how it works, of how to get set up, how the software. And if you say, hey, great, this sounds great, let's move forward, bam, you are off to the races and you're going forward. Now, if after that conversation you decide it's not for you, that's okay. We will just free up that spot for somebody else. But until you and your education specialist talk on the phone, you just don't know if it's right for you. But I'm going to tell you something. If you speak with this education specialist, they're going to work with you. They're going to answer your details, okay? We offer special financing. I've got some people right now. I've got Reginald asking me about a flexible, about payments. We offer a flexible payment plan, okay? Here's what I'd like you to do. This price right now, it is over, it's half off the online price. If you were to come in on one of our regular presentations, you would not be offered this. This is a special price today. And when I say this is the last chance, I'm not exaggerating. If you want to at least take an opportunity of locking in the possibility of this, if you just type in your number, you can at least get this. And let me share with you this. For everyone that does take action and moves forward, we are going to give you a 60-day money-back guarantee. Here's the way it works. We just ask that you give an honest effort, okay? You go to the class, okay? You attend some of the live trading sessions, okay? Take a trade. And if you decide anytime in that 60 days it's not for you for whatever reason, you will get 100% of your money back. It is a 60-day, 100% money back guarantee. Now I'd like to recognize, I had a bunch of people, sorry, I haven't done this. I'd like to recognize the people that so far that have typed in the number, taken action. So Allison and Patrick, thank you so much for your number. Deanna and Rico, what we're going to do is we're going to have your education specialist follow up with you after the presentation and go over more of the details. Now, for those of you that have typed in your number and taken action, I've got some very special bonuses for you. Okay, we've got a live trading session tonight at 7 p.m. that you will be able to get into. So everyone that types in their number now, moves forward with the program, you're going to get a live trading session tonight, the opportunity to make 1,000 pips in the next week, okay? In addition to that, the charting software, normally you only get that for 2 months, and then if you want to keep it, you just start paying for it. But for everybody today, as an investor inspiration special promotion, we've been able to sweeten this up. You are going to get it for 6 months. Try it out. Kick the tires. Use it to its fullest potential. That's the ultimate charting software. In addition, I haven't even talked about this. In addition to the class that's going to teach you this one, every single week for the next 6 months, we are going to do a live 2-hour trading session every single Monday, calling out trades, where to get in, where to get out. We're going to talk about direction, entries, and exit. And let me tell you something, if you would just follow the trades that our trading expert sets up, you could easily follow the trades that they're doing. You could easily pay for this course in the next 30 days, okay? But normally we would give this to you for 60 days, but as an investor inspirations promotion, you are going to get it for 6 months. That is a $3,000 value. Peter, thank you so much for your phone number. Now, I've only got 14 seats left. That's it. The class starts on Monday. We only have 14 seats. It's probably going to fill up by the end of this presentation. So all of you that are interested, by typing your number, you're going to be locking in these bonuses. Now, I'm going to do one more for you. Do you remember earlier on in the presentation, I talked about Joshua Martinez? Okay, I talked about Josh, and he has a trade copier. Let me see if I can actually pull up his copier. See if I can pull it up. This is Josh, okay? And Josh is the one that since February 17th, okay, since February 17th, he is up 10,900 pips. I'm going to round it, called 11,000. If you were trading just a mini lot, that would be $11,000 in the last 6 months, okay? What I'm going to do is, for everyone that takes action today, everyone that types in their number and at least gets the details, if you decide to move forward, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you Josh's trade copier free for the next 60 days. Okay, he's averaging whatever that is, 1,500 plus pips a month. So if you just took his trades in 2 months' time, that's probably about $3,000. Again, just this one bonus alone. We have people that have enrolled in this program just to get his trade copier. Okay, so this is a bonus. So if you like what you're seeing, if you type in your number now, we're going to throw this in here. So let me share with you exactly what you're going to get. You're going to get the full program. You're going to get the education, the software, the mentorship, okay? Normally, you would get 2 months of the charting software. Normally, you would get 2 months of the live trading, okay? We're giving you a special pre-launch pricing. This right here is already a $3,500 in savings and bonuses. But because this is Investors Inspiration, we're going to sweeten it up. We're going to give you 2 months of Josh's trade copier. We're going to give you 6 months of the charting, 6 months of the live trading sessions. And when you add this all up, this is now about a $7,500 huge, huge savings, okay? This is a pre-launch special. This is the last opportunity. Now, we have 100% approval for everyone, okay? We have 100% approval for everyone. Now, if you have the opportunity, if you were doing this, and you would have the opportunity to do it as a one-time payment, we would call this an option A. This is a special pre-launch price. You are saving nearly $2,000 off the program, okay? It's saving nearly $2,000 off. If you would move forward and you have the opportunity to do it as a one-time payment, if you could just help us out, type in option A. I've got 2 teams of education specialists, but if you are looking at doing a payment plan, you know, Martin, we've got a special payment plan out there. So I know you were kind of looking at that one. If you are looking at doing payments, the way it works is you would make a small down payment, and then you would make monthly payments after that. And again, you still have that 60%, or that 60-day, 60-day, 100% money back guarantee. But if you are looking at doing, if you move forward and you are looking at doing payments, if you could put an option B, or you can just put payment plan. It kind of lets us know which one. So Sheldon, I've got your number. Hey Sheldon, if you have the means to do option A, type in option A. If you would be more likely to do a payment plan, you can type in option B. Now I'm going to make this a little bit easier for you too. If you make this easy for us, I'm going to make it a little bit easier for you. There is a chance, there's an opportunity where you can save an additional $200, okay? And that's if you would call us. Now, I want you to write down this number, because when I advance the slide, you won't have the slide. But if you call us at this number, area code 407-585-2417, you can actually call that number right now. You can jump to the front of the line, okay? You're going to be guaranteed a seat. We only have 14 seats. You're going to lock in all the bonuses. And in addition, you're going to take another $200 off. If you could call us, what I would like you to do is type in the chat box, call in. I'd like you to just to put in call in right now to take advantage of that one. because we've got a limit on this one, but you can call us right now. I'm going to make sure you get all the bonuses that I'm talking to, but this gives you the opportunity. But put in call in before you do, just so we can note your file on this one. So Sheldon, I've got you as option B. Thank you. Antoinette and Donald and Michelle, I see you as option B. Salvatore, Maurice, Marlon, Alexander, I see you as option A. Thank you very much. So when you put this all together, you're going to be getting the entire Power Fibonacci course. Okay, you're going to be getting the class. You can repeat those classes. You're going to get 6 months of the charts. You're going to get 6 months of weekly trading sessions. You're going to get 2 months of Josh's trade copier. There's only 14 seats left. The class starts on Monday, and you are going to get that 60-day money-back guarantee. Now, let me kind of share with you. These are the students that have been in the classes. These are the results that they have posted directly on our Facebook page, okay? This is, we kind of highlighted, hey, Josh is a committed coach. I closed 681 pips today. I made $800 in my first trade. I didn't believe you until I made 300 pips. Robbie right here says, I did 21% return on investment this week. These are real students with their specific results. And if you look at this, during those live sessions, what we do is we talk to students and we ask, hey, how's the last week gone for you? How's the last week gone for you? And these are results that they have typed in. This is one of our classes. Remember I said we do a weekly class? So this student right here says, hey, I'm up 745 pips for this week. This person said, hey, I am up 694 pips. This person right here said, I am up 850 pips. This person right here, I am up 3,297 pips for the month. That's 32,000 on a standalone. Let's say all you did was traded a mini lot. Well, that's still over $3,000. In 1 month's time, you more than pay for the cost of the education. You still have the months and months of education and tutelage and mentorship to go. This is an incredible program. This is an incredible program. Lowell, thank you for your number. I see you. So what you're going to get with the program, I talked about the first component being the education. You're going to get the classes. You're going to learn the different strategies. We're going to give you the online foundations course, where we're going to teach you a little of the A to Z in Fibonacci, where to get in, where to get out, the extensions, the retracements, okay? We didn't even talk about the different alerts with the Power Fibonacci. I should have a separate slide in this. The chief, Jared Martinez, it doesn't matter who it comes from, but you are going to be sent an alert automatically of upcoming trades to come in. So if you had not yet loaded on the Power Fibonacci tool, you can load that up and you can say, yes, let's go ahead and do that. So that is that first component. This is the education. The second component is what we call the software and automation. So this is founded, or the foundation of it is the ultimate charting software, okay? There are so many more functions on the charting software that I did not even get a chance. I showed you maybe 2% of the power of the ultimate charting software. So you're going to be getting that. So you're actually getting it for 6 months, okay? That's a special promotion we're doing for Investors Inspiration. You're going to be getting the Power Fibonacci automation tool, okay? That's where I showed you. You click on the button, you set it up, and it does it all automatically. You're going to be getting the Pro Traders checklist. I didn't have time to go through this, but this allows you to grade a trade before you enter in it. This is all included with this Power Fibonacci program. And then the third component is what we call the mentorship and guidance. First off, every single day we offer a daily webinar where we're calling out trades. So this is saying, hey, this is the currency pair that's trending. This is our entries. This is where we're exits. Every single day, we actually have numerous trading webinars. In addition, you are going to get a once-a-week live trading session on the Power Fibonacci's. Again, calling out specific trades, where to get in, where to go out. We're going to reinforce that you've learned this, that you know how to do it. You're going to get a personal coach, okay? You're also going to get analysts on demand. So let's say there's not a live webinar, but you're looking at a trade. You can contact us and say, hey, where should I get in, or where's the good opportunity? This is all included. So we've got this special launch price. It is launching on Monday, but you get access to everything today right away. We've got this. Now, if you have the opportunity to call us directly, I've got the phone number right here. You can do that, but please type in in the chat box if you're calling in, I want to make sure we note your file for these different bonuses, okay? You're going to get the special pricing. You are going to get that 60-day money back guarantee, okay? Regularly, this would be over a $10,000 program. If you go to our website right now, it would be $39.95. But as a special price to our investors' inspiration price today, it says tonight, it ends at this presentation. I'm done in like 60 seconds. If you want to at least lock in the opportunity, at least type in your number right now. Our class starts on Monday. We've only got 14 seats left. And here's what I want to do. Hey, are you on the fence? You don't think you have the time for this? You don't think you can afford it? You're not sure if it's going to work for you? I get it. I have been in your seat before. Here's what I would like you to do. If you are on the fence for any reason, I don't care what it is, time, money, not sure about it. If you were on the fence for any reason, what I want you to do is just type in your number followed by the word fence. That's it. Just type in your number followed by the word fence. Okay? Now, other than money, is there anything else stopping you from moving forward? Because if it isn't, I want you to understand we have a special financing program set up for this. So if you are on the fence for any reason, type in your number followed by the word fence, and I'm going to do one more. I'm going to close on this slide right here. Okay? What if you could get this for free? Okay? Now you do need to qualify for it. There's something you need to do, and we've got a strict limit of 5. This is my last slide. But if you would like to be able to find a way, now you have to qualify, you have to do some work. But if you would like to see if you qualify to get this for free, everyone on here, what I would like you to do is type in your phone number followed by the word free. We are limited to the first 5 people that take action on it. But this entire program, we have a couple of different ways of doing it. I want to let you know you would have to qualify. You have to do this. We're going to explain it to you. So Martin, I see you on that one. Sheldon, I see you again. We want to give you the different options on there. Ivan and Janice, good. Now, you can call us right now. If you want to find out about this, we've got a strict limit of the 5. You can call us at this number right here in the bottom. Okay, you can call us right now on the bottom. But I'm going to close with this. If not this, then what? If not now, then when?